there for me, and then they close our factories. It's time for us to fight for how we live.
Manufacturing base of this country is decent paying jobs for Americans. Everybody can't work at McDonald's, can't work at low paying jobs, and we need jobs that'll pay a decent wage with decent benefits.
One of my biggest issues is where I work and the security of my job, and is it going to be there? And it's number one priority because that takes care of everything else.
The region doesn't stand without the steel mills. If the mills go down in this area in Northwest Indiana, you can feel the ripples everywhere. It's automatic.
It's a domino effect. If I can buy merchandise that's made in the United States, then that means everybody can have an opportunity to get a piece of pie.
We talk about this American dream. When we talk about the American dream, how is there going to be an American dream when there's no jobs for the youth?
I ended up going to the mills because I'm a single mother and I was working at the bank, and that's where all the big checks were coming from. So that was my goal, to get in there so I could take care of my child and myself and quit working 2 jobs.
Without the working people, where would we stand today? The working people is actually the people that sweat, blood, sweat, and tears to build America.
I think manufacturing is an integral part of this country. I think a lot of our elected leaders have forgot how important it is to this country. I think they forgot the lessons of the past. World War I and World War II, our manufacturing base is what helped us win the war. And if we keep moving away from that, if something were to happen again, you gonna throw Big Macs at the bad guys?
U.S. Steel has made $1 billion investment announcement for the coke batteries here at Clairton to assure the long-term viability of steelmaking in our region in western Pennsylvania. It's one, to ensure our infrastructure. Coke making is a very significant part of our strategy for integrated steelmaking. The second most significant impact of this announcement has been the assurance of environmental compliance in our region.
The commitment extends to the community because ultimately what happens is, as these facilities grow, the workforce grows, the revenues to the communities grow, and that begins to build a base for a better quality of life for all of the area.
Manufacturing is the economy when you get right down to it. Making stuff, being a point of production of goods, it's universal. There's always going to be that. It's the foundation of the economy, and ignoring it is something you do at your peril.
I'm not living in the past, but all good things are built to last. Factory we have should stay right here. You say you really care.
First and foremost, the United States government must be an advocate for their own people.
I think it's important that the leadership have the same attitude of putting America back to work. Let's put America back to work.
They must be an advocate for the American public. They must be an advocate for American industry.
The government can join together with our people, working people of America, and begin to put together ideas and laws that will create a manufacturing base and solidify the manufacturing base in this country forever.
They must be an advocate for the American worker.
Giving the opportunity and an equal opportunity, we could compete with anybody in the world.
When companies in India and when companies in China don't have to follow the same environmental standards that companies in the United States have to, when they don't have to have the same work conditions that we do.
If they make a commitment to do something to bring manufacturing back to this country, or at least support the manufacturing that's here so it can grow.
When they employ children rather than following the same work rules that companies here in the United States follow, when they don't offer the same kinds of health care that manufacturers here in the United States do. Those are all costs that are built into the price that small and medium-sized manufacturing companies have to charge. And so they're pushed out of the market automatically.
You have to allow enforce the trade laws as they are on the books. I think that if we do that, I think that and level the playing field, I think we can compete with anyone in the world.
It's about enforcing the trade policies that we do have now. All it is continuing to enforce those and give us an opportunity to compete fairly, not with dumped steel that are subsidized by foreign countries.
And take a look at the policies that are in place now, and then go about looking at how they truly impact the American worker. And peel back the onion and start seeing realistically what impact they have on the educational system, what impact they have on the health care, what impact they have on the communities in which these companies exist. I think if they could do that, they would see that all of a sudden some of the policies that they have put in place have really shot us in the foot.
Are we gonna make it in America this year? There's times when I've been fooled before, and I don't wanna lose out anymore. Thinking about my friends and family. I've seen how things are changing now, when all our jobs are leaving town. We really need to work to set things right.
I really like everything, taking just a piece of steel and making it into something.
I like to create overall. I like to think of myself as a fabricator, not just a sheet metal worker. I like to make things out of nothing.
The jobs are very important, especially from a young person's perspective in terms of being able to provide, raise a family.
With the opportunity here and the opportunities that are being presented to all of us, that the chance to make a decent wage, a living wage, and support families and support yourself is there.
We're on the cusp of a complete paradigm shift in the way that technology works as far as energy production, as far as transportation, and all of that is going to mean new engineering, new design, new thinking, and new manufacturing on every level of production.
Manufacturing has allowed me to pursue avenues I wouldn't have necessarily had available to me before.
I was in college, I came back home. I worked at the Sheriff's Department for a while, and I was trying to get into the mill. My dad worked out there. I'm third generation, my brother works out there as well. One day I finally got the call. I quit that day and told my boss I'm starting at the mill on Monday.
My job is, it's going to provide me a home. It's going to give my child a home to grow up into. It's going to allow me to save for my retirement. It's going to allow me to have a safe place to be. And if you have that security of your job, then you can pretty much go and do anything.
We gotta